Welcome to Obscure EU Episode 5. In this series, we have already covered the Heine Minis from Germany with Quality Autism. We covered the Hive of the Infidel RPG story from Star Wars Gamer, and we covered the Star Wars Miniverse cards as well, and we covered 4 different Ewoks picture books. Today I have something incredible to talk about. It's an RPG short article called Imperial Submarine Assault Troopers by Ian Harriott. This 2-page short RPG is found in NorthCoast Roleplaying issue number 8, which was only released in the Redwoods, California area. So the print on this thing is incredibly low. The circulation of this thing is incredibly rare. There are parts of this little booklet that were designed to be cut out, so there's very few surviving copies. It was released in April of 1989 and retailed for $1.50 back in the day. This thing will cost you a pretty penny now. I got mine for $20, and that was a steal of a deal, because this thing can now go for hundreds of dollars. But I'm going to be showing off the article to you guys and talking a bit about what it establishes. If it seems my hands are shaking, it's because they are a little bit. This thing is probably a holy grail of my Expanded Universe collection. I found out about it via Chris Nelson, who told me about all the different Star Wars RPGs that you could find. And this thing is so cool. Like, look, the mailing address is on the back. The cover is made of paper. This is like an incredibly low circulation, low budget role-playing magazine, and because of that there's so much passion put into these that is just contagious. So it just feels like a product of its time, like I'm holding something from the past, from 1989. It just feels like something from a different era that's still permanently lodged there, where small-time RPG enthusiasts would make their own magazine and ship them out, and circulate them in their local area via little local RPG and comic book stores. This thing is maybe 10 pages, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Okay, it's got more than I thought. 12, 14, 16, 18. So about 18 to 20 pages here. But specifically, the pages that are important to the Expanded Universe are these 2 pages here. There's an article describing a new Stormtrooper. And it's an article by Ian Harriott. This is his only entry into the Star Wars Expanding Universe as far as I know. And the article is Imperial Submarine Assault Troopers by Ian Harriott. And it says, in the Emperor's tyrannical dominion of the galaxy, no world is free from persecution. To feed his great war machine, the Emperor overlooks very little. Worlds are needed to supply raw materials, food, labor, and other basic needs. To conquer these worlds and to keep them in possession, the Empire has established several elite divisions of assault troops. One of these is the Submarine Assault Trooper. On worlds that are primarily water, or on which intelligent life resides in the seas, Imperial Sea Troopers are called on to perform. Sea Trooper platoons are based on large military-equipped sail barges. A full complement includes 80 Sea Troopers, 8 squads of 10 men each, a lieutenant, and 20 other command personnel, and 40 support personnel. Each squad is led by a sergeant, and is issued 1 medium repeating blaster cannon, modified for underwater use. For long-range patrols, Sea Troopers use sea sleds, which are specialized repulsor lift craft designed to skim the surface of a body of water at high speeds. Sea Troopers wear a black, one-piece, temperature control, and water-resistant body glove under an 18-piece white armored suit, equipped with flippers on the feet for maneuvering and slow, silent running. For higher underwater speed, they have a personal repulsor lift backpack for propulsion and buoyancy, keeping their depth constant, which only works underwater. Their helmets include 1 wide-angle viewplate with an automatic polarized lens and a built-in computer compensator to improve visibility and enhance objects seen underwater. A computer readout in the upper right-hand corner relays depth, speed, oxygen content of water, and other such information to the trooper. A built-in comlink provides communication to the sea troopers and the command vessel. In addition to these features, the helmet contains an aqua lung, which separates oxygen from the water for the trooper to breathe. This provides them with an unlimited supply of oxygen and allows them to stay underwater indefinitely. Sea troopers also carry an array of specialized personnel weapons. Their primary weapon is a tight-beamed heavy blaster pistol. The tight beam allows for the deflection and refraction of light, caused by the densely packed water molecules. Attached to this is an aqua grenade launcher, which fires concussion grenades equipped with propulsion units to get them to their targets. As a last resort or as a close-range weapon, each sea trooper has a vibrospear gun. The spear is shot from a 1-meter-long tube by a compressed air cap. All of a sea trooper's armor and weapons are made from standard materials, but require no greater strength than land use due to the greater buoyancy in water. For this reason, a sea trooper's gear can be larger and bulkier than a standard stormtrooper's. However, if a sea trooper's repulsor lift backpack is destroyed or malfunctions, he will sink until he hits bottom, or dies from the pressure at the greater depth, whatever comes first. And then there's some game statistics here. So the game statistics say, Submarine Assault Stormtrooper, in parentheses, Sea Trooper. Dexterity, 2D, reduced to 1D. Aqua Grenade Launcher, 3D, reduced to 2D. Blaster, 5D, reduced to 4D. Dodge, 3D, reduced to 2D. Spear Gun, 2D, reduced to 1D. Strength, 3D, increased to 4D. Swimming, 5D. I don't know what all of this means, by the way. So the gamers out there might. All other attributes and skills, 2D. Sea Trooper Armor, plus 1D to Strength. Code for damage purposes only. Reduces Dexterity code and all Dexterity skills by 1D. Sea Trooper Weapon damage codes. Heavy Blaster Pistol 5D. Concussion Grenades 5D. Vibro Spear Gun STR plus 1D plus 2. And then an asterisk. Range to target, grenade range, range hitting, thermal detonator range. So, there you have this write-up about a super interesting branch of Stormtroopers. The Imperial Assault Stormtroopers. I love this art piece for them right here. Oh, and then you have this little cartoon down here. But look at that art piece. Just really good stuff. So, I think this is a really cool RPG article. It obviously doesn't contradict anything. It fits right in. And I think it makes sense that there would be sea troopers. And in other later EU sources, they do have sea troopers, but not exactly the same. Not with the same, like, skill set. So it makes sense that they would have, like, specific different special ops forces at this time. And this article is just really, really amazing. And Ian Harriott did a great job describing them. The sea troopers make sense, seem logical, and are just really, really cool. So this is a holy grail. Definitely would recommend an Expanded Universe fan to pick it up if they can find it. Check Noble Knight Games store. That's where I got this one. Check eBay. They pop up there as well. But man, oh man, I just absolutely adore this. Like, I always am, like, kind of scared to touch it. I just think it's so, so cool. The paper cover, everything about this feels like just so homemade, and it's so fun that an RPG company like sprang up from such small beginnings. This is issue number 8, and I like that the issue is like sci-fi themed with the cover. There is another one that you need to get. I can't remember the issue off the top of my head. It might be 10. Christopher Nelson can correct me in the comments. And I had a chance to get that one for 30, but I was like holding off, like maybe I'll get a better deal. But now they all appear to be over 100. So definitely, if you see it for under like 40, grab it. If it's something you want, because like this is super obscure Star Wars Expanded Universe material, and I adore it. I think it's amazing, and I think the Sea Troopers described here are super cool. The story content to this is great. It's an interesting piece to have. I cannot say enough good things about NorthCoast Roleplaying issue number 8, specifically about this article, Imperial Submarine Assault Stormtroopers by Ian Harriott. Absolutely great stuff. Let me know in the comments what you think of this obscure role-playing magazine. Were you aware of its existence, or is this new to you? Let me know in the comments.